Hi, welcome to Kothayat channel. In this tutorial, we are going to develop a web-based project with the help of a Django Python framework. Django is a free and open source Python-based web framework that follows the model template views architectural pattern. Django framework is one-stop solution for developing the complex web-based projects in the Python. Let's look out the well-known Django-based web applications in the current market. YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Google, Dropbox, all these applications are using the Django framework. Let's get into the tutorial. The project which we are going to develop in this tutorial is to show the live stock market data in the candlestick charts. Let's see the main steps in this project. Step 1. Installing the Django and setting up the project. Step 2. Making API calls to get the live stock market data. And step 3. Displaying the live stock market data with the candlestick charts. Let's dive into the coding. Let me open the terminal now. Okay. Let's install the Django first. Okay. Pip install Django. Okay. So once the Django is installed, and I'm just clearing the screen, and we have to set up the project. Django-admin. If I press enter, so these are the possible options that we could do with the Django admin. Okay. So start app, start project, test server, and all these things. Okay. Now let's set up a project. Django-admin start project. Let's give the project name as Kothayat. Okay, our YouTube channel name. If you see here, once I press the enter, it has created a folder called Kothayat. Okay, inside that folder there is a subfolder called Kothayat, and here I could see the couple of files: settings.py, urls.py, ws.py, and mains.py. So mains.py is available at the root level. Okay, this is the one of the important file in the Django framework which will be used to run all these projects. Okay, now we have to create an app. So why do we need to create an app? Which we have already created a project already, right? So what is the necessity to create a app? So project is like a collection of apps. So app is nothing like a feature in a website. For example, each and every website will be having like a gallery and media and different kind of features like blog. So all these type of different features will be called as apps. Okay, all these apps are grouped together to form a project. Okay, so here we have created a project called Kothayat. Now here we are going to create an app. Okay, Django-admin and start. Okay, before doing that, let's move to the folder first. See, change directory Kothayat. So once I move to the directory, now Django-admin start app. So app name will be Stocky. I'm just going to give Stocky. Yeah, if you see here, Stocky had been created, and here it is also having couple of files. Okay, now let me close this terminal for time being. And if you see here, the settings.py at the project level, let's open it. So we have created a project called Kothayat and we have created an app called Stocky. So now we have to make this Stocky app configuration in the Kothayat project. So how we are going to do is, let's open the settings.py at the project level and go down. There will be an option called installed apps. Here we have to add our app name, which is called Stocky. Okay, once I add the app name, so that this app Stocky app been configured to the Kothayat project. So I'm closing it now and opening the terminal, and I'm running the app now. Okay, for that one, Python manage.py run server. Okay, with this command you'll be able to run the project. Okay, once you press enter, it will give you this web address. Just copy it and open it in the browser. Okay, just pasting it. Once the Django is successfully installed in a system, so you'll be able to see this message: the install worked successfully, congratulations. So with this one, we are able to install the Django successfully in our laptop. So the next step is, okay, here is the terminal. So if you want to come out of this terminal, you can press Ctrl C. So you'll be coming out of this terminal, and to run it again, so same python.manage.py run server. Okay, and I'm just refreshing this page. Okay, now we are done with the setting of the project and installation of the Django. Now we have to configure a couple of things. The first thing we have to configure is URLs. Okay, So let me remove this part. So URLs is like a tricky part. Okay, every website will be having a web pages like google.com. Okay, slash google.com slash mail and google.com slash images. Okay, these are the different kinds of URLs pages will be there, right? So that is what we are going to configure in the urls.py. Okay, so here we have a file called urls.py at the project level of Kotha 8. Okay, and I'm going to create another one at the app level stocky. Okay, urls.py. Okay, once I created this, I would like to copy the contents of the urls.py at the project level to urls.py at the app level, and I'm saving it. Okay, again I'm coming back to the project level. I'm removing it from here. Admin, we don't need the admin part here. I'm just removing this one. So what exactly this? So if I remove this admin slash, so we don't have to, if it is a blank, that means it directly goes to the home page. Okay, if there is any value there, it should be slash admin or something like slash demo, something like that. Okay, if it is there, then we have to mention it as like a slash admin. So if it is a blank, in the sense it is directly goes to the home page. Okay, this is the page, it comes to here. Okay, now instead of admin.site.urls, I would like to redirect whatever the URL request comes to the project level to the app level. Okay, I'm directing the URL requests from the project level to the app level. Okay, stocky here, just redirecting stocky.urls. Okay, here it is showing an error message from star, sorry, include. Okay, once you include, it will be gone. So whatever the request coming from the for the home page will be moved to the stocky.urls. So this is the stocky.urls home page. Here the tricky part is, I'm going to remove the admin part here as well. Here we are being redirected from the project level to the app level. So now at the app level we have to display the data. Okay, so how we are going to display the data? So the data display will be taken care by in the Django framework by the views.py file. Okay, this views.py will be creating a function for each and every URL in the urls.py file. Whatever the URLs has been defined in the urls.py will be having a function in the views. Okay, this views.py will be responsible to display the content in that particular URL page. Okay, now what I'm going to do is create a function, index function. Okay, return, and what I'm going to do is render of request, and here we have to create a, inside this app folder I want to create another folder called templates, and inside the templates I'm going to create another folder called app name with a stocky. Okay, we have to create a templates folder inside the stocky app, and again we have to create a stocky. This is the format that we have to follow. Inside this subfolder stocky, I'm going to create a file called index.html. Okay, here is the HTML. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to visit this HTML shell, which is going to give us the basic HTML page layout. Okay, I'm just copying it instead of writing it from scratch, copying it and pasting it here. Okay, and I would like to make some changes. Title here. Okay, fine. In the H1, let's display some message like hi there. Okay, I would like to display this page as a home page. Right now what I'm going to do is, here I have to write stocky slash index.html. okay, we are good now. And here instead of admin.site.urls, what I'm going to make is views.index. okay, here I have to import the views here from dot import views. Okay, it's gone. So what exactly we are doing here is, the request comes to the first, the urls.py at the project level. We are redirecting them back to the urls.py at the app level. Okay, so once it comes to here the home page, here we are displaying the content whatever it is there in the views.py folder with the index function. What exactly this index function is doing is, index function is displaying the content which is residing in this templates folder. Inside that stocky folder, inside that there is a file called index.html. The contents of the HTML page will be shown in the views like index view, and this index view will be responsible for displaying the home page data in the start URL. Okay, now I'm coming back to here and I'm refreshing it here. Something is tricky. Let me open the terminal here. Okay, and I'm refreshing it here. See here, it is displaying a message called hi there, which is there in the content of this index.html. Okay, now so just moving it up. Okay, closing this one. So now we are able to display the messages in the index.html. So what I'm going to do here is, if I come to the views, okay, suppose if I want to pass some dynamic data to this index.html, the basic intention to use the Python as a backend for this web-based projects is to make this content in this web pages will be dynamic, right? So for that one, I will show you how we are going to pass the data. I got the ed. If there is a name, we have to pass it to the page. We have to pass it as name colon name. Okay, here what we have to do is, instead of hide there, in the flower buckets we have to mention that variable name as name. Okay, coming back here, I'm executing it. See here, this code it is coming it as a dynamically. So this is how we can make the content in these pages as a dynamic content. Okay, now we are done with the setting of the project. Now the next part is we have to create these static folders. Okay, static setup. What we have to do is stocky create a folder called static, and inside that create a file called um, stylesheet.css. Okay, inside this one let's create a body uh, background as black and color text color as white. Okay, saving this one, created a folder called static, and I have created a file called stylesheet.css. Okay, now let's give a, so this whatever the files inside the static folder will be a static files, right? To access this static files in the Django framework, we have to do a couple of changes. Okay, the first change what we have to do is we have to go to the settings.py and scroll down to the bottom. Here we have to add another variable, static files underscore directories is equals to files underscore directories. Okay, os dot path dot join of base directory comma static slash. Okay, now here it is showing a warning message. Let's import the os. Okay, import os. See, now this is gone. Okay, now we are done with this one. Now here it comes to here, what exactly we have to do is from Django.configure import settings, from Django.configuration urls dot static import static. Okay, this is kind of boring part, but we have to do this link up. Okay, static settings dot static url and document equals to static root settings dot. Okay, now let's display should be a background, should be a black color. Okay, here index.html. The next step what I have to do is I have to import that static. Okay, percentage load static. Okay, I have imported that one. And here what I have to do is static, and here percentage static style sheet dot css, saving it, and just let me refresh it. Some error is coming. Let's check it out. Okay, let me refresh this page. Yeah, you could see that the background has been changed, so the contents of this static folder content has been reflecting in the index.html. So this is how you can have this javascript files and gallery on whatever the file static files will be there, right? So those will be added into the static folder so that they can be accessed in this index.html pages. Okay, now okay, body, text align is center and align items center. Okay, let me refresh it. Should come in the middle. Okay, that's why it's working now. I'm closing this one. We don't need anything, and URLs I don't need anything. This one also not ready. Settings we should be good. Views we need now. HTML also we would need. Now the next part what we are going to do is making an API call. Okay, so how to make API calls now? Okay, let's go to the browser. Let's open a website called alphavantage.co. So this alphavantage.co website provides an API calls to get the live stock market data. So if you want a free API key, so just click on this, just submit these details and you'll get a free API key. Okay, and I'm closing here, going to the documentation directly. So here the alphavantage.co website provides the stock live market data in different time frames: intraday, daily, weekly, monthly, and weekly adjusted and monthly adjusted as well, daily adjusted data as well. Okay, now let's take a intraday. So if I go with the intraday, so they will be displaying the data in different time frames like 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and 60 minutes. Okay, you guys can go through the complete documentation of this website, so they will explain all these things in a detailed manner. Okay, if I click on this one, so this is the URL, this is an API URL, so we have to make the calls to this API URL. Okay, let me, so if you see here, the function is time series intraday for the this particular day time frames like 1 minute, 5 minutes time frames. You will get this kind of data. See, if you see here, if I just change to 1 minute, so you'll be getting 1 minute time frame data. Okay, if I change it to 5 minute, it will give you the 5 minutes interval data. Okay, and you can change it to 15 minutes, 10 minutes, all that stuff. But the thing is, so I'm using this API key as a demo here, right? So that's the reason it is not showing all the time frames data. If you want all the time frames data, you guys can enroll, register at this Alpha Vantage Co and use your API key instead of the demo. Okay, but I'm using this demo API key for the this demo purpose. Okay, in this tutorial, copying it here and I'm pasting it in the views.api. Now let's make a call to this UPI. Okay, for that one, to make an API calls in Python, we have to import the requests. Okay, import requests. Okay, and we don't need this name, or let me change this name to stock name. Okay, stock name as IBM. Okay, just copying it, pasting it here. Okay, and yeah, let's have name as well. Okay, name as name, and stock name as stock name. Okay, fine. Now we have the stock name. Now let's make an API call. URL is equals to, so whatever the URL which is before this question mark should go to the URL variable. And next one is params. So to define this params, the first param is function. Okay, time series intraday. Okay, and the next one is symbol. pasting this stock name as IBM we have already given here, right? Okay, now next one is interval. This is like 1 minute. Yes, correct. Okay, and then the next one is API key. Okay, copying this API key demo. Okay, saving this one, removing this one, we no longer need it. Okay, let's make a request. Okay, request is equals to request get off. Okay, sorry, instead of from should be import. Okay, request dot get off. URL is equals to URL and parameters is equals to params. Saving it, just saving this one, and data is equals to request at JSON data. Okay, saving it and saving the data as data. Okay, and now let's display a couple of these things. Hi name. Okay, and the next h5 content is like stock name. And once we have the stock name, we have to display the data, right? Leave. Okay, now let's run it out. Yeah, if you see here, the contents of the data is being displayed here. Stock name, why it's not coming? Okay, it's typo. Saving it and refreshing this page. Yeah, stock name is IBM Icotide. So here we are displaying the data. Okay, and whatever the data that we could see here, the same data is being displaying here as well. Okay, and even if you change this time frame to 5 minutes, okay, it will work. Let me refresh it. Here it is like 1 minute time frame, right? Here let me refresh it. Now it should be displaying 5 minutes data now. Okay, so now we have the stock data with the API call from alphaventest.co. Now the next thing is how we are going to display the candlestick charts out of this data. Okay, and if you see here, this canvasJs will help us to display the Python candlestick chart using the Django. Okay, so this is how this by using this templates and JavaScript code, we can display the stock market data whatever we are getting from the API call, right? We are able to display it in the candlestick charts. Okay, now this is how the data they are expecting. Okay, and now let's copy the main contents here. Script alone, script, I'm just copying it and pasting it to the index.html. Saved it, and here also we need this script. Okay, and I'm saving that one as well. Okay, that's fine. Now let's refresh our page. Okay, nothing changed, but you could see that there is a space coming in the bottom. If you see here, it is expecting a canvas.js in the static folder. Okay, let's download that file. Okay, download canvas.js. Okay, it's downloaded. I'm just opening this file. This is the file canvas.js min.js, and I'm coming here. Can I paste it like this? No, I cannot be able to paste that. Okay, just copying this, going to Python Django Kotat stocky static, saving it. It's reflecting here as well. Okay, now this canvas.js will might display. Okay, now refresh it. Now we are done with the setup. Now we have to convert this data and we have to feed it to this JavaScript code. Okay, and yeah, coming back to the coding, here if you see here, It is showing ACME. Now here we have to display the data of ACME instead of ACME. The stock name that we are going to display, right? Stock name. I'm just changing this one to this one. Okay. And candlestick pattern, that's correct. Here instead of ACME data, we have to make sure that it is a data. Okay. And let me refresh it. No, it's not working. The reason why it is not working is it is having a data in a different format, but it is expecting the data in the this format, right? So let's convert the data into this format. Okay, we have made the call, and what we are going to do is data. So once we get the data, let's see, our data is being here. We don't need the metadata. So the next one what we need is, yeah, we don't need this metadata. We need the data on this time series basis. Okay. Okay, let's print the stock data. Where is the terminal? Yeah, saving it. Okay, I'm just reloading our page. Should display the data. Okay, it's not seeing the data of time series of 1 minute. Okay, checking for 5 minutes, right? Let's change it to 5 minutes. Now should be able to, yeah, so it is getting all the data being displayed now. Okay, now let's create a case. Data case is equals to data of time series dot case should be list and print data case. And let me refresh this page. Okay, here it is displaying only the timings. Okay, now what we have to do is, let's create a for loop for count comma item in this one. Okay, I have to convert the data in the format of, okay, like this one, right? Ex and y. Okay, okay. uh, this is like a date and this is like a prices, open, high, low, close. Okay, and okay, in the for loop what we have to do is create a data set. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is set is equals to sets equals to here x will be like having the those particular count, right? Data underscore keys of count. Okay, that will be like a k, and next data will be y. Okay, right. And x is the data frame and y. Okay, next y with 1 2 3 4. Okay, now y and date of this one item and high and low on rows, right? Now let's see how this, at least how open is coming and data is coming. Now let's check it out here. Values, there are too many values to unpack. Let's check in the terminal what went wrong. Okay, here, right. Convert it to enumerate. Okay, and I'm saving it and I'm rerunning it. Class set. Okay, my bad. Sets it should be. Okay, and let me refresh it. Okay, uh, data is coming here. Okay, open is coming fine. Now we have to do it for high, low and close. Open and high, low, and finally close. Okay, and let me refresh it now. Okay, open. X data is coming. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Okay, and instead of X, change it to label and should be working. Yeah, labels are coming. And now what we have to do is, it is in a string format, right? Now let's convert it into a numerical format. Okay, uh, round off to restrict the data into two decimals, and I'm converting it into float. Okay, let's copy paste this one to all the things, just being lazy here. Okay, okay, if you see here, now we are able to see the data properly. If I hover it on it, so it will be showing this dollar symbol and the time when it has been executed. Okay, the high and low price close. And let's change this candlestick colors. Okay, go to HTML. It's not displaying. Yeah, now it is working. And rising color, spelling mistake. Rising RI. Okay, let me refresh it now. Yeah, that is working fine. Okay, now we have done it for the 5 minutes. Let's change it to 1 minute. So to do that, so we are able to display the candlestick charts like this now. Okay, like for different for time frames. So now we had displayed only for the 5 minutes, right? Now let's make it to display the 1 minute. Okay, to do that we have to make changes to this complete views, right? So instead of doing that, let me create a view. Okay, let me create a function to do that. Okay, uh, define definition of function, get stock data, taking the input parameters as stock name and time series, time frame. Okay, and here instead of the 5 minutes, I'm going to pass it the this time frame thing. Okay, and URL is equals to URL, params is equals to params. Now going back here. Okay, and stock data, data keys, data sets, for sets. Okay, and data sets data pen. Okay, and instead of this one, now to return this data set. Okay, let let's make a, instead of time series is like 1 minute for this one, right? Time frame string, I'll make it as a string. Okay, instead of 5 minutes I'll change it to 1 minute. Okay, time frame string, just going to paste it everywhere. Okay, and return. Now data set is equals to get stock data of IBM 1 minute time frame. Okay, 1 minute and 5 minutes time frame. Okay, and name, and let's see that it should be able to work. Okay, time series 1, somewhere else it went wrong. It's the error message. Line number 18, time series of 1 minute, that's correct, right? If I go for the 1 minute, time series of 1 minute, we are passing it as okay. Instead of 1m it should be 1 minute. Okay, and let me refresh it. Yeah, oh, only 1 day data is coming. Why it is coming only 1 day data? It should go here. Okay, now should work. Yeah, it's coming for 1 minute as well. Okay, I'm not going to display the data now. In the HTML page, I'll just remove this data display thing out of the context. Okay, it should look good now. Stock name, yeah. If you see here, I think the most recent data is coming at the left side. Historical data is coming at the left side. Let me change that one. Okay, data set of colon -1 should work. Let me just check it out now. Yeah, 56. Yeah, most recent data is coming at here. Okay, 23, 19. Yeah, most recent data is coming at the right side, and the left side it is a historical data. I think 1 minute, I think stock price will not move much, right? So that's the reason it is like chart is not like looking attractive. Let's change it to 5 minute and run it out. Looks fantastic. Time series 1 minute. Somewhere else I'm just doing, yeah. Change it to 5 minutes. Yeah, it's working like now. Let's make this thing dynamic. Okay, it should run for all the time frames, and we have done for the 1 minute and 5 minutes. Let's do for the 10-15 minutes and daily as well, and weekly. Okay, monthly. So the difference for weekly is like if I click on here, instead of that one, difference here is time series intraday, time series daily. That's it. Okay, there is no interval, right? So let's make the changes to this function of the get stock data to work it for all the time frames. Okay, and what I'm going to do is here, let's apply like if time frame in 1 minute comma 5 minute comma 15 minutes comma 60 minutes, then URL should be and parameter should be this one. Okay, time frame string should be okay, here it will be like time frame. Okay, it will be generic now. Okay, and that's not the case. If it is, else if uh, time frame in daily. Okay, if time frame is daily, if it is intraday, it is daily, right? Okay, time frame in 1D, 1D, then it should be like parameter should change. Same thing here, instead of time series it should become daily, and the next thing is we don't need the interval here, similar to that. Okay, now let's change it to 1D, and the time frame as well should change, right? Time frame string should get changed. Time frame should be daily. Here I can give it by default. Okay, let me save it and let me pass it to 1 day and run it now. It is displaying the daily data now. Okay, cool. Now let's change it to weekly as well. And difference here is 2312. It will go weekly. That's the only difference. Just want to copy paste this one. Let's make some changes for to make it applicable to the weekly as well. Okay, changing. Okay, if it is weekly, 1W, weekly, and here weekly time series. That's the string here. And if I refresh it, okay, it will be daily. Here I have to change it to 1 week, and now it should work for the weekly. Yeah, it is working for the week now. Okay, now let's change it for the monthly as well. Yeah, monthly. Click on it. Yeah. It will come monthly time series. It will come time series monthly. Now let's change in the code here. Okay. Instead of weekly, let's have it as monthly. Okay, and time series monthly, and here it is week monthly time series, right? Let's copy this one and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, monthly time series. Now we can make calls for 1 week, 1 month. Okay, if I refresh it now, it should display the data for monthly. Okay, now it is displaying the monthly data as well. Okay, let's pass this time frame as well. Time frame here is there, right? Let's pass this one as well. Time frame and time frame. Okay, what I'm going to do here is time frame. Okay, time frame is there. Here we can define it like this one. Okay, one name. Here instead of passing it manually, pass with this stock name and time frame. Okay, stock name and time frame, stock name and time frame. Okay, now let me refresh it. Yeah, it's displaying for the weekly now, monthly. Now what I'm going to do is here stock price, here I'm going to display one more thing. Okay, time frame as well, so that we can see it in the chart for which time frame the stock is showing the data. Yeah, 1 month. If if I change it to weekly, uh, in this variable it should reflect now 1W. Okay, and I'm refreshing it. Yeah, it's showing weekly. Now instead of changing it manually, I want it to have it as in a form. Buttons here, time frame buttons. Let's do that. Okay, with the form. uh, what I'm going to do here is here, create a form. Percentage CSRF token. This will be used for the security purpose. Okay, so once the token is created, we have to create a submit button. Okay, input type is equals to submit, and name is equals to 1 minute. We can have it as button as well. May refresh it. Why I'm not able to see it? Think input, right? Okay, type is equals to submit. Here it is 1 minute time shot. Button. Now it should work fine. Let me refresh it. Yeah, it is for 1 minute. Nothing is happening. Okay, form method is equals to post method. Okay, just remove this one. Running it. So I click on 1 minute. Nothing is happening. Okay, now let's create for the remaining ones as well. 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, daily, weekly, and monthly. Okay, continue. Could see that 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minutes, 30 minute, daily and weekly, monthly time frames. Okay, if I click on this button, so it should show the 1 week time frame data. Okay, for that one we have created buttons here. What I'm going to do here is in input. Okay, and here by default the time frame would be 1 week, or let's change it to daily. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add, if what is the name of this one is like 1 minute, right? 1 minute, 1 minute in post here, in request dot post, then time frame will become 1 minute. Okay, let's check it out. Refreshing this one. So by default it is showing the 1 day. If I click on 1 minute, it should show the 1 minute time frame stock data. Okay, it's working. 1 minute. Now we have to make it changes for 5 minutes and 50 minutes as well for rest of the things. Okay, just copying it. Saving it. Okay, and I'm refreshing it. Just continue. It should show the 1 minute. I'm just refreshing it now. Okay, now it is showing by default 1 day. I'm clicking on 1 minute. It is showing the 1 minute, and if I click on 5 minutes, it is showing the 5 minute. Okay, cool. If I click on 15 minutes, it's not showing because I think error might be because of the demo key will not be working for these things, right? Okay, for 15, 5, 10, 30, 60 minutes we cannot be able to check it out. And I'm going for the daily. Daily should work for the day. And if I check weekly, Yeah, weekly data is displaying. Now I'm coming back to the daily. Yeah, daily it is working. And monthly, yeah, monthly it is working. So we can see the stock data in different time periods. Okay, now here we have the IBM, right? Now let me create another form to submit a different stock instead of the IBM. Okay, for that one, what I'm going to do here is create another form. That is equals to post. Okay, it would be coming top of this one. Okay, and I'm closing this form again here, and same I'll copy paste this one, and here first input type is equals to text, and name is equals to stock name. And if the stock name comes up, and what else, once the stock name comes up, name is stock name, and placeholder is equals to enter stock name. Okay, and close this one. Next is equals to in button we can use button, type is equals to submit, and name is equals to, once the button is submitted, next is don't need anything. Okay, should be good. Form had been submitted. We have to just check for the stock name. Okay, um, stock name by default IBM. If stock name and request dot post, then stock name is equals to request dot post of stock name. Okay, and I would like to display this stock name here. Okay, so this one should come, this one should come here. Okay, and let me execute it. Why this button is okay, submit button. Okay, I'm loading it. Yeah, and if I click on Apple submit. Okay, terminal. Coming back to the last one, time frame of string, key error. Okay, Apple is coming because it is not going to work, right? Let's display the data for you guys to show the error. Okay, uh, here I'm going to print the JSON data. If I change it to Apple, and submit. Okay, it is showing, should be showing an error message. See, the demo API key is for demo purpose only. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is, okay, maybe I'll give my API key here. Instead of the demo, I'll give my API key, and then I'll just check for the other stock. Okay, okay, I have updated with my API key. Now let's just check it for the Apple. In the Yahoo Finance, I just check for this Apple. AAPL is the stock symbol, and that's the reason I have entered AAPL. Clicking on submit. Yeah, I'm just getting this Apple 1-day stock price. Okay, and Let me just check for the Google as well. Google, GOOG is for Google. Let me try for Google. Clicking on submit. So this is how you guys can create the candlestick chart patterns in the Django framework. Okay, so this is like a basic project that we can do in the Django. So here we are taking the stock name, and if I click on the stock name AAPL, I'm selecting and then click on submit. So the data will be displayed here, and if I select the IBM, it will select the data for the IBM. So it will give you the time frames like 50-minute time frame, 60-minute time frame, and daily time frames. I'm going to share this code. Please do check in the link in the description box for this entire code of this project. And if you like the content in this video, please do like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you all. Thanks for watching this video.